students. In this session of metrology and instrumentation, we will discuss the introduction to metrology and the associated terminologies. First, what is metrology? So simply we can define the metrology as the science of measurement. Now let us consider the 7 base units of metric system. Because India is following the metric system, we can have a glance at the 7 basic units. So first, mass, we know that it is kilogram, length it is meter, time seconds, temperature Kelvin, electric current ampere, amount of substance mole, luminous intensity is cantilla. Next, in terminologies of measurements, we need to discuss about accuracy, precision, sensitivity and calibration. Let's see one by one. Let's start with accuracy. So accuracy can be defined as the degree to which the measured value of the quantity characteristic agree with the true value. So true value is the value obtained from the drawing or the designed value. Say if it is a true value of a shaft diameter is 10 millimeter. Okay, so we are manufacturing that 10 millimeter, and then we are making a number of shafts with the 10 mm, and then we are taking the measurements. So the measurements reads like this. It was it is 10.1. Another one is it is 9.98. Okay, other thing is 9.999. Then another one is 10.5, and we can see that 9.999 is very close to 10 mm. So we can tell that 9.999 is more accurate than this 10.5 or 10.1. So that is the concept of accuracy. And one more thing we need to study in this accuracy is that is the error. What is error? Error is the difference between the true value and the measured value. That is the error. So these are the measured value. We know that it is 10.5 and 10 mm. 10 mm is our true value and 10.5 is the measured value. So the difference is the error. Here the 0.5 is the error. So that is the concept. Next is precision. So precision is nothing but it is the repeatability of the measuring process. So don't get confused with accuracy and precision. Accuracy is degree with which it is close to the real value, but here the precision is the repeatability of the measuring process. And one condition is that under identical, all the measurements should take under identical conditions. Okay, so under identical conditions we are measuring a number of measurements, and if it is repeating again and again, then we can tell that the measurements otherwise the process or the measurements are having precision. So for example, let us the last example again, our true value is 10 mm, and if it is measured we will get 10.05, 10.06, 10.04, etc. So we can tell that this one is somewhat precise because all the dimensions, all the measured values are actually close to each other. But if it is the value is 9.5 and some other value is 10.5, like that, for example, I can write over here, it is sometimes if we measure 9.5 instead of this 10 mm and 9.8, okay, 10.1, another reading it is 10.5, etc. So you can see that the variation is larger in this case. So this is not precise. So that is the concept of precision. Now here it shows the classical example of accuracy and precision. This is nothing but hitting the bullseye in shooting. Okay, so we will consider one by one. So you can see that one is both accurate and precision. So here you can see that all the shots are on the bullseye. So we can tell that this is an indication of both accurate and precise, because all are close. So it is precise and it is in bullseye. See, for example, we consider this bullseye is our true value. So if 10 mm we are taking, so this bullseye is representing the 10 mm. So everything, all shots are on the 10 mm, and we can also tell that all shots are close to each other. So that's why we can tell that this is an indication of both accuracy and precision. And on the other hand, we can have the second example here, accuracy without precision. Okay, so here you can see that all the shots are somewhat close to the bullseye, so that is accurate, but it has got a variation, larger variation from one shot to another shot, so it is not precise. And in the next one, sorry, here this one is the next one. So here the precision without accuracy. So here we can tell that, see, this is precise because all the shots are close but away from the bullseye, so it is not accurate but precise. And at last we can have another example, the last example. It is no precision, no accuracy, without any precision and accuracy. That means all shots are at a distance, larger distance, and it is also placed away from the bullseye, so there is no precision and not accurate. You can try these examples, another example, because we can have another example, familiar example, because if we imagine 3 wickets in just like in cricket. Okay, it is, we have 3 wickets and a bowler is bowling towards the wicket. So for a first example, we can tell that both accuracy and precision means all the balls will be close to each other. Okay, 3 balls bowling, or 6 balls in an over. Okay, so all the balls are very close to each other, and also it is all 6s are actually hitting the stumps. So like that you can imagine all the 4 conditions. Okay, you can try that. Next is sensitivity. So sensitivity is required when we are measuring very small quantities, just like for example distance in micrometers or in nanometers. Okay, so that is very small distances, or we are measuring electric voltage, that is milliamps, millivoltages or milliamperes. So that is actually need to be magnified or amplified for better readability. So that is the thing in sensitivity, that is we are actually magnifying the measured quantity to a readable form. So how much it is magnifying, that is actually the indication, that is actually known as the sensitivity of that measuring instrument. So it can be defined as, here it is defined like this. It can be defined as may be defined as the rate of displacement of indicating device of an instrument with respect to the measured quantity. So for example, as a simple example, your known example is a voltmeter. Okay, voltmeter has got a dial. So some voltmeters having 1 volt is actually having this much distance is used to for calibrated, the scale is calibrated to show that this is 1 volt. Okay, this distance is 1 volt. But in some other instruments, if the range of that instrument is less, we can have another instrument can have this 1 volt will be represented with this much distance. So we can tell that this second instrument is more sensitive compared to the first instrument. So that is a basic idea. And sensitivity of an instrument is the ratio of scale spacing to the scale division value. That means this is the scale spacing, the actual physical spacing, and what is the value it is representing. So that ratio is the sensitivity. It is also called as amplification factor or gearing ratio. Next is calibration. So the calibration is defined as the process of establishing the relationship between a measuring device and the unit of measure. That means the measuring device is actually presenting one quantity. So that quantity is on the scale we are converted it into the measuring the measured quantity. Okay, that means the quantity to be measured. For example, we will consider a Bourdon 2 pressure gauge. Okay, this is a pressure gauge dial, and it will have a needle, and it will have the pressures graduated around like this. Okay, so with respect to the pressure, what is happening? With respect to the pressure, the Bourdon gauge get expanded. That is a displacement. It is providing a displacement. That displacement is converted into the rotary motion of this needle. But we are not measuring the displacement, we are measuring the pressure. So we need to calibrate, or we needed to graduate the dial with respect to the pressure. That pressure is showing the actual pressure with respect to the deflection. So that conversion of this, here the displacement is converted into pressure, so that is known as calibration. So some relationship is there between this displacement and the pressure. So that display using that equations or relationship, we will construct some curves, just like you have done on the FM lab last year. So there also you made the calibration to find the discharge with respect to the head. Okay, so that is the same thing is happening here in the calibration. For that is one example, and another example we can see a lot of electrical instruments are there. So electrical instruments are presenting either a change in resistance, or a change in voltage, or a change in current. So that is actually collecting, and we are amplifying or using proper instruments. Then we are calibrating that values to show some other quantities, physical quantities, maybe a temperature. We are measuring a temperature using this variation in voltage or resistance. Otherwise we are measuring the pressure. Sometimes we are measuring the displacement. In the fifth module, you have to study the working principle of LVDT. It is an instrument. So here there also we need to have the calibration. LVDT is actually used for so many applications. One application is for measuring the displacement. Okay, so that measuring the displacement using the LVDT, actually LVDT is presenting a change in voltage. So that change in voltage we are capturing, and then it is calibrated to show what is the deflection. So that is electrical quantities is now used for measuring the mechanical quantity. So that experiment is also there, you have to do in the MT lab too. Okay, so that is about calibration. So by this we will stop here for the first session. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. We will meet in the next class.